think it worked this time? I just tried to start stream and it just was like, no, nope. But I think we're working this time. Yeah, okay. We're good to go. We're working. We're rocking and rolling. Okay. All right, so me, like I said, do a good dash. And on a. What up, ET? How's it going? Max was first. Torten, what's up? How are y'all?
The Wise is here.
What's up, PT? First live stream for you. Welcome, Dennis. How are you? How's it going? So I think, PT, could you answer? Does it make a difference if when I come in here and I am not in there, modifying quests in here? I think I can. So that's for that. What I'm looking for. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. What's up, Jeremy Badger? How's it going? Okay. So what I want to do today is a couple things, right? I want to try and get a little bit of quest development done to stumble through and see if I can actually put into practice anything anything that I learned yesterday. That was really aggressive. I accidentally typed that in all caps. But I also want to see what else has been done since I was on yesterday, because there was a ton that's new. So yesterday when we left, we had just gotten the upgrade for this guy, the builder. And it looks like since then, not only do we have like the ultimate universal cables, we also have this reactor. Okay, currently that was one of the things that we're going to look at adding. Yeah. We definitely need to add some way to do wireless charging specifically to players. We thought we had added Flux networks and we had not, but we will get that added. That is high on the list of things that we want to have added to the pack. Also, I'm in the middle of working on trying to get the server upgraded to 16 gigs of RAM. It has been purchased. I'm just not sure why it hasn't been applied yet. And I'm kind of almost at the point where I'm considering getting, I don't know, so I don't see any problems with quest files or local files. Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking, PT. I'm trying, considering moving the entire server over to my actual server box instead of one that's hosted, just so that I can have a little bit more control over it. But we'll see. Oh, what's up, Cryptex? How's it going? How are you? But yeah, no, everything's looking good. What are all the gold painted? Why do we paint everything gold? I mean, it sounds cool, to be fair. It sounds sick. Check goodies. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. We're kitted. Absolutely kitted. We'll throw that on the body. Go there, right? Oh no, it goes on back. There we go. And then that should, no, that's waypoints. Does it have, let me go set the keybind for it. I am watching you. Yes. Oh, your boots just do that? That's funny. That's wild. Okay. I need to change keybinds. Backpack. Open backpack is B.
Hey John, when you listen to this TDS you lost the game.
Why? Why must we bully? So I gotta find B for... Oh, it needs to be capital, right? That. It doesn't make an ounce of difference. That's what I'm looking for, though. I need to find one that's bound to be... I know it's specifically for the map. Balanced crafting grid, I don't care about that. Create a waypoint, that's the one I don't care about. So now I can open up my backpack. We can throw the golden carrots in there. What are the odds we got a feeding upgrade? Feeding upgrade. Should be simple-ish. Oh, that ain't it. We're missing string. Okay. I might get a feeding upgrade eventually. When it walks, it turns into gold-painted grass. That's wild. That's super cool, though. New update dropping tomorrow. Awesome. Put the boots in the curio slot.
Says, put the boots on the curios slot.
There we go. Oh, it just turns grass into that. Okay, okay. Got it. Hey, that's cool. Makes us look like we're bougie. You want them back? And then that can go in there. Armor and jetpack goes there. And that is my new tool. Oh, more carrots. Even better. Oh, I think you took them out of my backpack. Do we have like a simple charging station set up for this? Where we could throw it in and it'll charge? Also, am I missing something on how to check how much hydrogen is left in the jetpack?
Lex Unam says, I would make a giant PP, so please don't invite to the game.
What? Yo, Beamcraft, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate it. That's so kind. Thank you. Jetpack charges on the chemical tank. So there's a chemical tank right here. Perfect. Okay, that's super easy, actually. Sweet. Okay, so kind of what I was looking at doing today is I wanted to see what all we've done, see what progress we still need to make, and then from there, energy cube over here for atomic. Oh, got it. Well, that's super easy. And then from there, see about potentially seeing if I could make our first quest line. And I'm going to stumble through it, but I actually have like a really, I'm going to say really cool, what I think is a decent idea for how to do that. Yo, what's up, Big Jim? How's it going? Like PT did a little mining off camera. Yeah, he definitely did something, man. There was some mining done for sure. We got easy villagers set up in here. We got our extreme reactor going, and whatever this is for replication. I don't know how this thing works, but it looks sick. And then it looks like we got a ton of stuff done here, feeding the reactor, and then also just got a ton of stuff. I mean, we got 88 draconium dust. Kind of crazy. We got a lot done. I'm pretty excited. Okay. From there, like I was saying, what I really want to try to do is I want to see if I can make a first quest line, right? So I want to add chapter. And I don't know, we could do a chapter group, right? Chapter group. And then we do progression or something. No, I don't want to do that. No chapter group. I just want a regular chapter. We're going to call this John's First Day. Did it add it? Why didn't it add it? Does it need to be a chapter group? Tips and tricks is empty. This one's fine. Add a chapter. Or is it just adding a chapter to that? As the set up a waypoint, things we should know that earlier. Replication is like a cooler Project E. Nice. Okay, so it allows you to make things by using other things. Is that fair to say? Oh, it's probably the server.
P Crossfire says,
there it is.
It's probably the server.
It was. It was. Okay. So then we can edit it. Table completion. I want an icon. Do we have item icons? what I want it to be like, the ultimate goal of this is to get to a like your first IMI setup, right? So the goal is like the crafting terminal. So we're gonna have that be the icon. Subtitle. Oh, that's such a weird thing. I don't care about that. Tags, I don't care. Yeah, consume some materials into different matter types, and then you consume the matter types into make items. Oh, that's cool. That's very easy. I like that. That's very neat. Okay. Always invisible false. I want all that to be fine. I think all default on all that's fine, I think. No, I want to accept changes. So that's fine. Make sure nobody else is saying anything. So for the record, I know I told everybody that we were going to be on upgrading the RAM, which is why I restarted it. I thought it did. It didn't. We are still on 8 gigs, which is tiny for the amount of people that we have on. Like I said earlier, I purchased the 16. It should be on 16 gigs. It just has not.
Player count and no optimization on my part on the mod pack for server. I apologize for constant crashes.
Hey, it's fine. It's part of it. I did message my Berry Bite guy to see why it hasn't upgraded to 16 yet. Because it should be 16 gigs. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm hoping it works eventually and recognizes the fact that it's got more RAM, but it hasn't yet. And I have no clue how they have that set up on the back end. So yeah, it still says 8 gigs, and we are maxing that out harshly. But point being, Quest Dev. So this is gonna be my first one, all right? So let's not be too critical, all right? We're just trying some stuff out here, all right? What I want this to be is like, this is your first day. This is everything that I usually do day one of streaming. So we're gonna start with punching logs and then get all the way to a basic IMI system with a crafting terminal and like a couple 1K drives. All right. So that's what we're going for here. That's what we're shooting for. We'll see how close we get to that. But what I really want is for you guys to also give me some input here, right? I want you guys to give me some input on what type of rewards we're going to give for that, right? So first thing, punching a log, right? So we're gonna do, I think it's a custom disable completion toast false icon. Yeah, item icon is going to be an oak log, except optional tag false tags find title is going to be punch a tree. All right, accept that. And then what I want this to be is there's a way to do smart filters, right? Edit, cancel, task. No. Yeah, what's up? How's it going? How are y'all? What is the most FE per tick you can make in ATM 10? I think that would be the fission reactor, and it's a lot. Unless you were to use something like a creative cube. And actually, that's not true anymore. It should be the draconic reactor, I think. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Is draconic reactor about it? Yo, what's up, Rockcity? How's it going? Undercover. Yo, what's up? How's it going? How are y'all? How can we make quests? Because I got free time and I know how to do it. If you want to make a quest line, I don't know. PT might have to answer as far as how we get those all into the same config file. I'm not sure about that, but if you wanna help, that'd be fantastic. Okay, use task icon as quest icon. Why are we punching me? Why are we punching me? What's up? Did I pick it up? What'd you drop me? Pickaxe. Blaze lava pickaxe always has at least fire aspect, silk touch 0 fortune. Ooh, that's a nice pickaxe. That's a really nice pickaxe. Okay. I also, so this is just it's just a tree, no subtitle. So I want to add a subtitle. Go punch a tree. Use Ultimine. By default, that E bind is control. You can switch between Silk Touch and Fortune. Ooh, me and my friend are currently playing through RL Craft, and it's actually dreadful to survive. Oh, I played it. I probably died 100 times. It was awful. Okay, so I like that. It looks good. Punch a tree. What I want to do on this is I want to edit.
Fire says, that's the subtitle, not the description.
Oh, is it?
Click D or go to the edit menu.
Okay, I will. Punch a tree. That's the title. Why does it not let me choose what it is in here? So this is a task. Icon is that. Optional task false. Tags title. Accept. So you said press D. Oh. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut that. We're going to... Oh, hold up. No subtitle. So you said edit quest properties. Okay, here we are. Here we go. Okay. Icon scaling. That I don't care about most of this. Dependencies. All completed. That's true. Tags, title, description. This is what we're looking to do. Okay. Can I paste it? No, I didn't copy it. Go. Tree and use Ultimine. By default. By default, do they have any basic images? Oh, they do. But they're all weird. Do we use backgrounds? Do we want backgrounds? Well, they've got so many. Oh my goodness. We're just going to cancel. We'll figure that out later if I want to for aesthetics. Okay, there's that. So now if I click accept, it's got that. No subtitle. Can I just leave that? Is that fine? We can switch between Silk Touch and Fortune. Very cool. Okay, so punching a tree as what we've got here. Tasks. I want item, oak log, and then is it something different to use the smart filter? Again, I watched probably an hour of videos on this yesterday, and there's so much here. Can you make a new power guide? I probably could. Because there is a lot of stuff that has changed since that video was released. I mean, that was a very, very early version of all the mods 10. Okay. I can't remember where it is. Extreme reactors is the only power you'll ever need. Yeah, that's fair, but some people like other options. I'm also in a bit of power crisis. So I want an oak log. So can I just remove that one? So oak log, but then I want it to icon, optional task, task green, match data components. Fuzzy. That wasn't it. I was close to that. Icon. So this is exactly what I want it to be. I want you to have to get a log. Get a log. I'm trying to make it where it can be any log, where it doesn't have to be an oak log. That's the only thing I want to change. And I literally watched somebody do this yesterday, and I do not remember how they did it. I don't really have enough power to make the stuff for better power. Got it. Okay. Some of the power stuff is really good if you want to look into that. Extreme reactors is good. It probably is the best power generation mod, right? Okay. Deck size 64. So I don't care about any of that. List mode. See, that's all fine. We'll accept that. So what I want it to be is you're having to get everything to sticks, right? That's a sticky stick. I just want a normal Minecraft stick, accept. So I want any planks, any logs, and then also a stick. And then I would like this to actually not be that and instead say punch a tree. I have like 12 wind generators for my power at the moment. It's not enough to make stuff for power. It can make some of the very basic stuff. That's what I always do. Is I start with that some very basic stuff and then eventually get up to the nicer power sources. I do like that I have a jetpack now. Oh, never mind. It just teleported me straight back to where I was. Okay, let me just Google this real quick. I should be able to find this pretty. Smart filters, FTB quest. So for this quest, should we like the reward be like a little bit of XP? Or should we actually give items or what are we thinking? Item filters, mod, or filter. Works, you grab it in creative and right click while holding it. Then you just add all the items that you want to the filter. FTB quest. Okay, so draconic chess piece. Ooh, yikes. Reward should be a sapling choice. Got it. Recommend rushing the power reactors with what you have and you'll be happy. Yeah, I definitely would. 12 wind generators got me up to a spirited reactor. Took a little bit of time. That makes sense. 8x compressed cobblestone blocks. You guys are hilarious. Okay, so what I need for this, let me go back, punch a tree. What I want to do is edit, and this, use a filter. Press data stored, blah, 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 blah. I think if you give the items a tag, then it should make the task you define item with a tag should work. How to give items a tag. That's not helpful at all. Okay. Smart filter. Started creating a mod pack. Oh, do I need to add it? I might actually need to add that to my client. Not next dirt, but give it to you uncompressed. Yikes. That would be wild. Okay, we're going to close out of that real quick. I'm going to go through and change this, but choice reward. Select reward table. I have to make a reward table first. All table reward. Okay. Back in here. How do I then create edit reward tables? Okay, we're going to add one.
saplings. And we are going to add item. I spelled saplings wrong. Do I have to search each one of these? Can I not do this bulk? That might put me over the edge. Item. Birch. I'll add just the basic ones, I think. Acacia. And then I'll add dark oak as well. Maybe you just do basic vanilla ones. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're going to do. Once this mod pack is done, is there going to be a skyblock version? That'd be a lot. There should be a quest reward that lets you pick one of anything. It would be a difficult one, though. Yeah. So here we go. There's that. We accept that. And then... why is it added? Is it dimension? Where did this come from? What? So here we go. This one, reward, choice reward from that. So now you can choose your saplings. And then we're also going to give XP. What are these ones at? So it begins. What are these set at? Plus 10. Okay, so 100 is probably going to be a little bit much, right? So we change this to 10. Okay. We did it. That's our first one. Can I move it? What is that? How do people keep... what? How does it... what? Things keep getting added. I do think it's PT doing it. But that's okay. I'll survive. Of course it is. So this, is it just one of any of these? Because I wanted to make it do all three of these, right? So edit, it should be a required. Optional task is false. Okay. That should be fine there. It should pick from any of the saplings and you should get a little bit of XP for it. All right. So now, what I'd like for this to be is the top. And so then we add a second one. Crafting. Table on a stick. Here's the next one. So you get that. And as a reward from it, what's our reward for crafting a crafting table on a stick? I like the idea of continuing to give you XP for doing things. I feel like that's worth it. Description. Make a crafting table on a stick. What is a crafting recipe for that? A crafting table? That would be really funny. Add some random quests, but also really specific. Someone is adding it. Yeah, I know. How many mods does your pack have? Quite a few so far. There's a lot in there. There's a lot more we're going to add, but it's got a lot in it. Stop. Okay, so we've got that. Then I wanted to go check the actual crafting recipe for that. Crafting table. On a stick. Why does it not show up? There it is. So it's a sign in a crafting table. Okay, so that should work as far as everything logically goes. So then, how do I go to settings? I want to make this dependencies. Complete, instantly reset progress, delete, edit, quick properties. Can I edit? Icon. So how do I make it a dependency requirement? One completed, all started, one started, all completed. Dependencies. Add. Plant a tree. Accept. Does it add the line? Why? How do I get it to add the line? Make sure you do levels and not just XP. Okay. A crafting table, edit, add text line, line break image, quest property. So it does have a dependency now. High dependency lines default. False. Accept, close. Still no dependency lines. Okay. I'm gonna go see what you did for these. Make sure to add levels. XP levels plus 10. Okay, so this should be XP levels and not XP. Add XP levels 10. Okay, I can live with that. That looks good. So then this one, we'll swap that out and add XP levels of 10. I think the line is a mod. Oh, it is? Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. I might have to look at adding that mod. So that's what we want to do. Crafting table on a stick. After crafting table on a stick, what do we do? It's way too much for wood. Okay. I agree. 10 levels of XP seems like a lot. Edit. XP levels 2. Accept. And then this one will do the same thing. Edit to accept. Okay. So from there, punch a tree, get all 3 of those things. We have to get a crafting table on a stick. Then we're adding add a task for making wooden items, and the reward is the stone version. As you only have the wooden stuff for like 2 minutes. That's fair. We could do that. So then item would be the a wooden pickaxe. And then the reward would be a stone pickaxe. I like that, actually. 1 stone pickaxe. So that's the next one. Can I move it? Oh, right click, move to right there. Okay. Shoot that one up. Move. I'm going to just put them logically in order until I figure out exactly where I wanted everything. Okay. So next up, we've got stone pickaxe. What? Wooden paxel reward with stone paxel with unusing as a meme. That would be hilarious. Okay. So we got that stuff. That's going to be basic reward stuff that we get from the first ones. From here, I want... Really, all you're looking at doing is getting iron into diamond, and then from the diamond pickaxe, I branch out and we go look for stuff, right? Can you translate, please? I'm so angry. I can't. I don't have Google Translate on me. I'm sorry. So the goal would be iron pickaxe, and then from there we could split off one direction and do everything that I do for mechanism, right? So iron pickaxe would be the next one. And I'm going to add titles to these things eventually. Just for now, I'm leaving it here like that. And then I'll edit it. And, well, I don't really want to edit it like that. I just want to do add. What?
What if as a reward for getting an iron pick, I give you 2 diamonds? So it's not quite enough to make a diamond pick. It's just enough to be annoying. What do we think? What are our thoughts on that? Is that funny? Yes, this is Neoforge. So like 2 diamonds, and then we said XP levels. We'll do like 2 XP levels. I think that would be really funny. And then from there, 2 diamonds and 8 nuggets. So the next one is obviously going to be a diamond pickaxe. Diamond pickaxe, except that reward is going to be... Okay, hear me out. So the end goal of this, right, is to get to the point where you have everything you need for your ME system and a crafting terminal, right? Is all the modium going to be added ever in Powa? Powa, most likely. All the modium, maybe. There are some other cool options for like upgraded ingots and stuff like that we may use. Do you have any idea for using office accounts? I bought that instead of a Minecraft account. I don't. 10 obsidian as a reward for a diamond. That's actually a good idea, because then you can make your portal to go to the Nether, right? That's what I was going to ask. Like, should we give as a quest reward the quartz and the glowstone that you'd need to get from the Nether? But I think it would be better, you know, for some fish, right? If we did give 10 obsidian and then a little bit of XP, right? We like that? We agree? That looks good so far. The next thing I wanted to do is to split off here. And this one is just going to be like a go mining, right? So I want copper ingots. Get like 10 of these. And also add, what's the other thing? The other thing that you need for mechanism, right? I cannot remember what that ingot is called. The mechanism one. Osmium, thank you. We got there. 10 osmium. Well, so you're already going to have iron by this point, right? So I'm not as worried about that. I'm more worried about making sure that they know the things that they're going to need for going this route for mechanism to get, because I want to include a windmill as part of this progression. So to be 10 of each of those, and then XP levels like 5. Redstone 2, yes, exactly. So we're going to add those for sure. And then this one is actually going to be titled Go Mining. Okay, and then from there, from Go Mining, we're going to do an item, which is going to be the Metallurgic Infuser. That guy. Have to wait for a second to show up. I think it's probably server. Yeah, it is. Okay, what do we give as a reward? Choice reward. No, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add item. We're gonna give redstone as a reward for this, for sure, because that's kind of a pain to get early game, and you need some of it. So I'm gonna add 16 redstone as a reward, and then some XP levels. 2. It should give the output from the infuser as the reward. The output from the infuser, you could. Close. That's still 2. That one makes sense. XP levels, edit, accept. Okay, that one's saved. Go mining. Accept. Okay, I think I've got all that. So the metallurgy confuser, you guys are saying that we should also add reward for meta items for mets should be a lava bucket for the materials. Okay. Any particular reason why for lava? Lava bucket. I mean, I'll add a lava bucket there. I'm not opposed to that. Click on it. Click on what? No. Is that... Oh, that's subscribe. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna move that though to like here. We may leave it in there. We may not. But the metallurgic infuser should be a lava bucket for early power. Oh, okay. Get rid of this one. That's why I added the redstone to it. As a reward for making this, you get some redstone to power it, right? So that way you have a little bit of power at the beginning, because the next one on here is going to be the wind generator. And as a reward for that, we're going to give another wind generator. That way you have at least 2 of those to start. And so this is kind of what I'm thinking for this. So that gives you your early game power, right? And then off of that, we split off from the diamond pick and go the other direction. And we are looking for creating a charger. Accept. And then off the charger, we're going to create a... What are they? The meteor? It's a compass, I know. This one, the meteorite compass. So this is kind of what I'm thinking as far as questline goes. It should give 8 cables as well to connect them up. Oh, that's actually a really good idea. I like that a lot. Item, basic, universal cables. Those, and give 8 of them, accept. I like that. I like that progression a lot. So then off the meteorite compass, we're looking for... Can this be like a location? No, it's does that count as a structure? Does a meteorite count as a structure? Meteorite. Oh, it does. Sweet. So then you find a meteorite. And can I change that to the icon, item image? What is that? Skystone? Skystone. Accept. Find structure. Sweet. It should give 8 cables. Yes. Okay. So then for finding that, what reward? Just some XP levels. Just a couple levels of XP to accept. I don't know why it doesn't do that. I have to go back in here and edit it to 2 and then accept it. And then it adds it. So that's for finding the meteorite. And then from there, we go, it should let you pick one press. Oh, that, but the thing is, you're going to get all 4 presses, right? So I don't mind, I don't dislike the idea, but if you're going to get all 4 anyways, it seems like that may not be like super worth it. Does that make any sense at all? I don't know. Maybe that's... Oh, there it goes. Oh. I will say, I am happy that it seems to be functioning, like the auto restart stuff seems to be functioning correct. It does kind of make me want to do this on a single player world. Like, Just literally create one real quick. Maybe it's 16 gigs now. We'll see. Let's go look. No, it's still maxed out at 8. I'm going to refresh this and see if it's updated. It has not updated here. Account settings, servers. Like I can see that it still says 8 gigs on here. I wish it didn't, but it definitely does still. Give a universal press as the one. That's not a bad idea. I actually like that a lot because then you don't have to worry about the other stuff. Get back in here. Quest dev.
Crossfire says, scam.
I mean, it might be. I don't know. I doubt it though. Commands on, difficulty, peaceful. I don't care. Yeah, creative. All right, create a world. Was the world for the server pre-gen? No, it was not. It was not. I had like 20 minutes to build the pack. Or to get the server built from the pack that we had. So it has not been pre-gen. I apologize for that. It should have been, but it was not. Okay, in here, reload. Yeah, it might have been quicker just to wait. I think this will be a lot more stable though. Universal press is easy to make. Well, if it's easy to make, then it's not like I'm giving something OP as a reward for that, right? I feel like that's just making moving through AE2 a little bit simpler, which I like. I don't mind that at all. Let's go in here and make sure that those quests are still there. Quests, they are not. So does that mean I'm actually changing the quests on the server? Oh, when you make 1K, you get a drive cover thing? Not a bad idea. All right, save and quit. Yo, what's up, Sir Welshie? How's it going? I will say I haven't done anything so crazy that I'm not worried about redoing it. But it does seem like I am just changing it for the server. Seems like maybe those are not entirely client-based. Unless the server crash completely rolled it back, which it might have. Who knows? We'll log in and see. John, you should already... Did you know that my difficulty on AE2 is a bit... Yes, absolutely. That's fair. Quest, John's first day. Okay, so... Okay. Can I export this? Is there a way to export a quest line? Hello. I don't see an easy way to do that. Reset copy ID. Does anybody know? Just take the quest file from the server config. I could do that. Going okay. Just got into work to start my last 10 shifts. This block in the 6 days of relaxing game. Heck yeah, very intriguing. Can't wait to see what you do with this. I'm very excited for this. I think this is going to be a blast. Files. Config. I'm looking for FTB configs, right? Or FTB quest. CDE. So there's not a folder for it. Ooh. CDEF. Frame blocks. FTB backups. FTB chunks. Essentials. Library quest client. I would like to download that. And then I would like to disconnect real quick. And quest client, copy, go to Curse Forge, the other profile. I would like to open folder, config, FTB quest. Delete that one. We will paste in this one. Then we are going to open up back single player quest dev. We'll see if this works. I think it should. I think that was actually a really good idea. Are you going with the theme, making it hard? Like all the mods going to have a lot of gates? I'm not sure. Not necessarily hard. Fresh animations, extensions.
Crossfire says, no, don't leave us. Wink with a frown.
Okay, but the problem is I would like to actually make progress. And I feel like that's going to be difficult if it keeps crashing. It also is going to be difficult if you keep changing stuff. Let's see if it's in here. It should be. We hit E. Quests. It is not there. All right, let me double check. I added it to the right one. Curse Forge. This one here. Make sure it's named correctly. Pack quest dev. It is there. It's just not. You have no proof I changed it. That's fair. Yo, what's up, Derpy Zombie? How's it going? So I did replace FTB quest client. That was the one that I was assuming it was. So let's search if there's anything else quest related here. Quests. Oh, there's a whole folder for quests. Files. Under config. Why don't I see it? Why don't I see it? Where did it go? Why is it hiding? Mechanism in our quest. Blah, blah, blah. Is it under like a directory? Quest config FTB quest because it's got an F on it. Okay, FTB. Apparently there's a lot of stuff in that config folder. It's taken 8 years to search it. Jeez. Do FTB quest reload? I think it's because I didn't copy everything over. FTB. Or let's just do this. Search for that instead. Quest search. That should be pretty quick, hopefully. Hopefully. So I shouldn't really have to restart, I don't think. FTB quest reload. And then yeah, so it's just I just didn't copy things over. That's the problem. Big. Am I looking in the right place? Forge instances. Config FTB quests. Copies path, paste in path. Okay, so it's under config FTB quest chapters. So why is it not showing all the folders and instead just showing other things? So it says this directory is limit is 250 files. That's okay. So screw that. We're instead going to go through SCP and do it this way. Let me go back a couple folders here. That's going to be under enable edit mode config. Oh, I'm still under world. Config FTB quests. I need this as well. Okay. Download. Browse. Just put it on my desktop for 2 seconds. And click OK. Should be there. Give me 2 seconds here. We're getting this. We're gonna cut that, and it should go over the top of this one. So go back to config. And then quests here. can make that full screen again. Oh, I love learning and figuring things out live on stream. It's my favorite thing. I really thought it was going to be a lot easier than this. So that's config. BCDE, F, FTP quest. That's what we're looking for. So delete that one. Paste in this one. It should be good now. Why is this whole tree on fire? Yeah, well, of course that's where spawn is. Okay, so now we reload quests. And John's first day is here. Excellent. Okay. All right. That took 8 years. It took 8 years, but we got there. You download the whole quest folder and swap it. That's exactly what we did. That's what we did. So we got the metallurgic infuser. From that, oh, I got to enable edit mode. From the metallurgic infuser, what did we do? We had item wind. We had wind generators. Accept, and then as a reward, it gave you another wind generator. Accept that one, and then also give you 2 levels of XP. Edit quick properties. Don't care about that. Edit 2 levels. Accept. Windmills. So I'm going to edit some titles. Early game power. Why did I capitalize the P in that? Edit title. Or just do all of it. Early game power. Close. Can I move you, please? To here. Thank you. Now you should troll people and give them coal. That would be funny. That would be really fun. I'm okay with having some goofy things in here. I don't mind that at all. I think it'd be great. It adds character to the pack, right? But what I really want to have in here is just like a consistent quest line that like actually shows you how to progress through the pack, and will show you some of the things you can do in some of the higher tiers, levels, whatever. So then Go mining is there. The metallurgic infuser is there for early game power. We said this one was a charger. Accept that. And as a reward, we give a compass. And what's the point of even changing? I have to go back and change it anyways. Accept. Okay, so it gives you the compass to put in the charger, which should then give you the next item, which is the meteor. How am I spelling that wrong? We'll just search for compass. That'll get me close enough. The meteorite compass. Yeah, they need to get someone on the A-Team team dedicated to making the quest, because good lord, it's all over the place sometimes. No, dude, I totally agree. And I've seen that. Especially some of the first quests that came out for To the Skies were just rough. But that's okay. I don't care about that. What do we give as a reward for this? Can I just give like normal XP here? Give 100 XP? I don't know how much that is level wise, but it's something. So the meteorite compass, then we said this one was a location. Not a location, a structure. Find structure. And we said this was a meteorite. And we had the icon. Item icon with skystone. We accept. Then off of the skystone, I wish there was another pack like MC Eternal. It was quest based and so good and difficult, but rewarding with a shop and everything. I like the concept of that. I really do. So we've got find the meteorite, then We add item. We're going to do, this should be the inscriber. So make an inscriber. And the reward for that is an item. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this a loot table. You guys are going to know this because you're here. Presses. Except we are going to add items to this. We're going to do all the normal presses, but then we are also going to add the universal press as well. Just for funsies. Engineering, item, press, the logic. I want the old packs that had a hard mode after you finish the regular packs. Hilarious non-X cobblestone to make a furnace and such. That would be so cool. It keeps you playing for forever. Silicon, and then add an item. Press, which will be the universal press. Accumulation card, quantum concurrent, energy. Do we have? I think that's a separate mod that we don't actually have in here. Universal. Yeah, there's no universal press. That would be nice to add though. Okay, so we accept that. I'm gonna throw that into the suggestions chat. Universal press. Is there really a reason for the universal press since we can go in advanced AE for circuit slicer and crystal assembler? I don't know. As early game, it's convenient though. It's purely convenient because then you don't have to swap things out. All right, I threw that in there. Presses. I want this to actually, if I hit accept, yeah, then it changes it. Okay, accept. So this guy, press reward, choice reward from presses, and then I'm tired of doing that and not doing it, so we're going to do that. So the question is, from here, we have everything in order to start actually making some extra stuff off. So item, we want Fluix crystals. So Fluix crystals and recipes are easy to change. It actually offered a brilliant idea to final about changing productive tree saplings to require every mod. For example, empower from AAA pressurizing. Oh, that would be cool. Universal press mod and the FTV lines mod real quick. Yeah, I could. By the way, John, when you do a choice reward, it means it's going to cycle between those rewards and only give you one of them. Does it not allow the person to choose it? Is that not what the choice reward is? So you do one. I'm going to give you 16 extra Fluix crystals for getting one for doing that. Description. Throw some charged. What are they called? Charged Certus crystals into some water with redstone and nether quartz. Perfect. I'm keeping it really basic for now. I do plan on going in and adding some pizzazz to this. I mean, they choose, but only one. I just want them to choose one. And ideally, I'd like that to be a choice one because it should be funny, right? You can choose one of any of the random ones if you manage to lose one, or you can choose the universal one, which has all of them. That's kind of what I'm looking for, right? Yeah, since you don't need saplings, but 100% the pack, you have to touch every mod in the pack. Oh, that would be cool. That would be really cool. Okay, so that's good. So flux crystals based off the charger. That's going to be a dependency there. The diamond pickaxe is then going to be location. And this is going to be nether. I'm just assuming that just works correctly. Except location, edit. Icon, item icon is going to be a, can I do portal? How do I get this item icon to be like a nether portal? Is that a thing? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like the nether portal purple thing? I thought so too. What is a good kitchen sink if you're not going to explore all the mods? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great idea. Well, the quest book expert was very much search portal. Portal. Gnome portal, void portal, in my. So these are all frames. Portal. Block. Doesn't have it. Okay, I'm open to any other ideas for what to use as the icon on that one. Click until it changes to all items. Oh, image icon, hold up. That. Accept. Perfect. Ignore dimension. False. Okay, accept that. Okay, so this is going to be edit. Be title. Title. Go to the nether. Accept. And then the one right underneath that is going to be making sure you get glowstone, dust, and what's the other thing? Nether quartz? Nether quartz. Accept. And then I want to edit the title. Steal the essentials and run. Because that's what I do every single time. And then description is you are going to need some glowstone and nether quartz to complete your first ME system. Go in. Get it. Get out. Okay, perfect. I actually like this. This is a lot of fun. Like I get to like, I don't know, maybe it's just me and maybe I'm letting this go to my head, but it feels like I'm sort of like designing how somebody's going to play the pack. And that's kind of fun to me, right? I'm enjoying it a lot. There you go. Remember back when every pack had super hostile mobs in the nether and you get one tapped? Yeah, that was crazy. That was absolutely wild. Okay. So we've got all of that in there. Rewards for this. We are going to give you more glowstone just in case your glowstone that you did find wasn't enough, right? So let's just give 8 glowstone for that. And then also nether quartz, but let's do 16 of this. Accept. And then because it's you're going in there, you're doing something. 100 XP. Bingo. All right. Close that. That one's actually pretty good. But what are our thoughts so far on this? Does all of this make sense? Am I completely off base on any of this? Does the pack have productive bees and mystical ag? Not yet. We are looking at potentially adding some ways to get resources. But we're trying to balance what we want to do with those resources first. So like we have singularities similar to how all the mods 10 does. We're trying to see what we want to do and make sure that you're not going to get so many resources that the end game of the pack is so easy, right? So we're trying to balance it. You know what? Just to spite your pack, I'm going to try and do it my own way. See, here's the thing. You can, right? You can. But what I want to do is, at least for new players, make the beginning of the pack getting into modded stuff incredibly simple. And so what I'm probably going to end up doing is going in and, like, from the metallurgic infuser to the early game power for the windmills, changing that a little bit to add in the extra steps. Because the one thing that I hear a lot and that I see a lot is that getting into a pack like Feed the Beast Evolutions or All the Mods 10 for your very first time playing a modded Minecraft pack, it's incredibly difficult because you don't know what to look for. You don't know what to do. And so what I really want this to be is like, hey, absolutely everything you need to know to get through what I do on my first day. It may take you more than a first day, right? But to get like a basic computerized storage system set up and then have a basic power source so that you can do the rest of it, right? And then from there, like, you have all the building blocks, all the basics that you need to go into doing whatever else you want to do in the pack, whatever else you find, right? Because I do think there's going to be a lot more expert level stuff to do in the pack, but I also want it to be incredibly friendly and inviting for people who have never played a mod pack before and just want to learn how to actually play it, right? How to use some of the AE2 stuff, how to get into mechanism to get some power, you know, because there's a lot of that stuff that it's all scattered around in the quest line in different other packs. So that's what I'm going for here. We'll see if we do that, but that's what my thought process is. And like I said, I'm going to go back through. We're going to add some descriptions. We're going to change some titles. We're going to make this look nicer. But for now, this is what we've got. So the next item, well, actually not from there. We're going to move this real quick. Move it to here. And it's going to also connect direct into this one, which is going to be your Fluix glass cables, except as a reward for making one, obviously you're going to get more Fluix glass cables, accept that, and then we're going to give some XP as well. Everything gets XP.
P Crossfire says,
Edit.
Make it work and appealing is what I'm here for. Tongue sticking out.
That's funny. Okay, so we've got plexiglass cables. That's going to go there. It's going to be inscribers going to here. Well, actually, the inscriber's not super necessary for that. We move. I'm trying to make sure I organize this right, because you're going to need the charger to get to this. And then from the inscriber, you're going to make item engineering press. Except, so you make one as a reward, you're going to get another. Engineer printed circuit. That's what it is, right? Printed nope. Engineering processor. And then do that. Edit. Accept. So we're actually going to move this out a little bit because I want over here, we're going to put all of the presses, or not all the presses, all of these circuits. What is it? Logic processor. Logic processor, XP levels. I'm going to go through and redo all of this item. So you need logic engineering and calculation, right? For the first set. I think those are the three, right? Just put all the circuits in one quest to save space. I would, but I want to make sure that they're all out there so that you know what you're going to need. And then I'm also going to add specific to each one, how many of each I would create, right? it, because I don't think there's not too many other things that we're going to do here on this whole quest line, because we've got flux glass cables. We're going to go crafting terminal. That's going to be one item. I'm also going to want an ME controller. I know it's not essential, but I like having an ME controller. And then I think that's it, right? That's everything I actually want to do, right? So this is everything that I do on my first day. And it should, I will need to figure out how to add the lines. I got to go back through and we got to make sure everything is dependency correct. We got to go through and make sure we got all of the rewards correct. But that is, I think, everything that I'm really going to want in there. Do an optional, do covered cables and dense cables. So like as a split off of the flux ME glass cables down here, item, covered, cable. We could do covered cable. I do want to make sure that this is quest properties optional. Where's optional at? Spending, hide. Optional quest is true. I'm going to move it just a little bit further out so that I can put all three of these here. Item, smart cable, accept, and then right here, item, dense, smart cable, accept. All three of those. Does that look right? And then what we're going to do is we'll split off from this glass cable to here, right? I did forget storage drives. That's a good point. That's actually a really good point. And the ME drive.
Lex Unam says, I'm doing a crash course on the mods, creating all the creative items as fast as I can.
Nice. Are you going to make chapters? I think for niche items, you could put in its own category, like teleporters, food travel, cables, link. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a good point. Yeah, so we are definitely going to be doing chapters. This is just like the beginning one, right? This is everything that I wish I knew going into my first mod pack on how to do. So I want this to be like as packed full of information that is not necessarily restrictive, right? There was a comment earlier about how they're going to try to do it every way but this to keep from completing the quest. That's great, right? If you know what you're doing already, then this quest isn't for you. The quest, instead of duplicates, you make them craft multiple. That's a good point. So that way they know how many of each they're going to need. So like for the engineering processor, you're going to need 2 for the ME controller. So edit this one and that's fine. Go back and instead edit quick prop. Nope. Edit. Yeah, and make count of this to 2, right? So that way they know they have to make 2 of the engineering processors. I don't remember how many of the calculations. I do know that you're going to need like 5 logic processors, I think, depending on what you're doing. The hell of a first day. Okay. This is everything I consistently do on a first playthrough of a mod pack period, right? I get all of these things done. Takes me about 2 hours consistently in a pack. I don't think this is going to be everyone's first day with a playthrough, right? You might help with that, right? Okay. Extreme reactor quarry mechanism. Yeah, see, exactly. PT gets it. So to be clear, I don't expect this to be everyone's first day. What I do expect this to do is give everybody the basis for how to start with modded Minecraft just in general, right? So if we're looking at logic processors, I would put wool 2 as an optional material just for covered.
Lex Unam says, I would put wool 2 as an optional material just for the covered, also do the regular uncovered cables.
So we have the regular uncovered cables, they're here. These are going to be a split off of that quest, right? So this one is required. These are going to be optional just as a split off to let you know that they're there, right? How about adding power cables to the windmill line? That is a really good idea. So we move the windmills out 1. We add item, basic, universal, cable. I like that. And then I think, like I was saying earlier, I think this quest line right here is going to be expanded a little bit more because I'm also going to add in, like, for the basic universal cable, you're going to need to make steel. So I'm gonna add in information on how to make that, as far as throwing, you know, the coal and the iron into the metallurgic infuser, letting it go through, and all of that. It took me 8 hours to learn AE2, but I had unlimited resources. That's fair. I'm about 20 hours into the server, and I'm automating AE2, so it makes sense. Exactly. See, people get it. People get it. You guys get it. So I need to add an ME drive. I could probably move the crafting terminal down to here, put an item ME drive here, because this actually requires the cables. It makes a lot of sense for that to be next. And then let's move this down as well. Let's just move it off to the side for now. Move to here. Next up should be a 1K drive.
I mean quartz fiber. I would put a random quest near the Certus quartz dust that says crusher from mechanism can be used.
Certus quartz dust. I might have to like actually look at what you're talking about. So you're saying for quartz dust. So this quartz dust could be used for what? What specifically are we looking at? For the quartz dust to make silicon? Is that what we're talking about? And then like also getting the blend? Oh, for turning it into quartz dust? Is that what I think that's what you're referring to. Quests. So yeah, I'll have to figure out where I want to add that because you're right. You do need the dust. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, turning it into it. Okay. Where do I add Certus quartz dust in here? Because technically by like this point in here, you should have it. So that's the structure. I almost feel like I should move the inscriber and then add one here, item for Certus quartz, Certus quartz crystal. And then this one, I'm going to have a bunch of information. And from there, we'll go item Certus quartz dust, right? This one. And then that one will have that information like you're talking about, right? And then I could add a second one. I don't know. Introduce extractors instead of crusher. Or is it mid-game? I feel like that's more mid-game. And I don't actually use it, right? So if I'm not actually doing that, I don't necessarily want to. Like my first day setup was throwing the Certus quartz through the inscriber to get the Certus quartz dust. So what if I move this one to right here, and then from the inscriber, you're getting all three of the presses, but then you're also getting Certus quartz dust. So I move this to directly above it, and then item here is silicon.
CB says,
right?
Hello, John.
Hello. How's it going? How are you today? So then we get silicon from that, right? And I do probably want to include, instead of just straight silicon there, what if I added one right here for the quartz blend? Because I did do that, and I feel like that's definitely worth including in here, right? The quartz blend, accept. So like that. Doing great, Glad. Awesome. Good to hear it.
Optional quest. Those ones that you can click the check mark that says this quest is to remind you that you can use the crusher to make a lot of
That a lot of dust recipes. That's a good point.
Says, just put that you can use mechanism crusher to make it as a subtitle on it.
That's true. That's true. I like that a lot. So if we edit, we can edit a subtitle. You and also use a mechanism crusher for Certus dust. Yeah? I like that. Okay, so then Inscriber, this is going to get a lot of information in it. Like a lot of information. I don't even know really where to start or if I want to start with that for now. But what I do want to do is I want to calculate how many logic processors you're actually going to need. Make a quest on how to use JI. That's not a bad idea either. We could do that in like tips and tricks. That's not that would be pretty easy to make, I feel like. Okay, so logic process. So if we're saying I want to set up a system that has 5 1K drives, I know you need 5 logic processors for that. However, in addition to that, you're also making the ME crafting terminal, which is going to need both of the other 2 weird things that also take a logic processor. Is 7 correct? I believe 7 is the correct number here, but I'm not 100% on it. And then do I need calculation processors for any? I think you need it for this, right? For the ME drive? I have to go look. 7 is a lucky number. Awesome. ME drive. I know it needs something. It needs the 2 engineering. Okay, that's easy. And then you're making a 1K storage component. That just needs 1. So we're making 5 of those. That's easy. What's up, man, Bushki? It's going really good. We're doing a little quest deving today for the new pack. Specifically so that you have like an early game quest line in there to follow. And since it's a me themed pack, we're just doing the early game that I usually do every single time. My day one. Cannot stress how many times people don't know it's a thing. And I look like the idiot when I'm asking how I can get lava in a void.
Lex Unam says, that's all
with
the
nothing but
help
mods,
tips
that's
and
fair.
tricks I will do in the mod pack for the rest of the month, so no one will blame me until we meet again.
That's funny. Okay, so well, I feel like I need some calculation processors for something, but I can't remember what it is. Is it the crafting terminal? It is. You need 1 for that. Okay, so 1. Oh, this one needs 1 too. So it's actually 8. So we need 8. 8 logic processors and 1 calculation processor. So one of those, this switches to edit. We're going to do 8 of these. And then accept. 8 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those. That's fine. I recently learned about Ars Nouveau Flatten, and it's speeding my ATU creation insanely. Oh, that's nice. JEI doesn't help with niche stuff like ours. Islands having lava on them. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Okay, I'm going to move all of these out 1 spot there, and then I'm going to compress this back down so that it is smaller. But I may move it up 1. I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm going to keep it as organized as I possibly can. And then I want here, I want a 1K storage component. And then move this one down a little bit. Here, I want a 1K item storage cell. And we're gonna move this guy and he'll go, I don't know, he probably needs to not go there, but I don't know exactly where I want to put him. You know what I could do? We could move him to right here as a dependency for the 2 engineering processors, because once you have that, that's the only thing you're really making with it. And then if I'm doing that, then I move this here and that there for coming off the logic processor. And then the terminal gets moved right there, coming off the calculation processors. And then the ME drive. No, the ME drive is the thing that needs that. This doesn't need any of those. Move that back down here. Move this to right there. That's correct. And then the ME controller goes somewhere else. Did you add create mod to your pack? No, we did not add create. I don't think. I don't believe it's in there. It might be, but I don't think it is. And that's mostly because PT doesn't like it. Also, it just adds a lot of complication to it. There's a lot of stuff going on with that mod. That makes it a little bit difficult. So then flux glass cable is going to connect there. ME controller, created also conveyor belts are cute. They are cute, and I like the animation. I don't mind it. I don't use it for a lot, right? But I don't mind it. But I don't know. I haven't looked into that at all yet, though. Elevators make it an optional mod. Hey, see, I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to that at all. Crate is in the pack. I've been... oh, it is in the pack? Okay, Crate is here. I'm sorry, I lied. Like I said, I don't use it. I don't look for it. I don't know. I don't do anything with it. Let's do this. We're going to move this one to here. That to there. This to here. So that splits off for that quest line. ME controllers there.
Unfortunately, I had to add create against my own will.
I would riot if it wasn't. That's so funny. So create's there, but feel free to use it or not. That's entirely up to y'all. I don't mind. I'm kind of liking where this is headed. I think what I might do is move this one to there, so that way it splits off of this instead of this. Let me see. I'm going to look up how to get lines and quest lines real quick, because I would really like that. How to get dependency lines in FTB quests. Select a quest, control click, and right click the quest you want it to be. Depend on... Well, that doesn't make even sense in English at all. Select quest, so control click on it. Add as dependency to the selected. So it's a dependency. Which direction am I going with this? So like this one. Add as a dependency to the selected. Is that right? I don't know. Any elevator moves vertically. Create can be fun. It's just so overused in a block. Create vaults will be banned on the server due to being the worst multi-block on modded Minecraft, which is the #1 leading cause.
Server to do to been the worst multi-block on modded Minecraft, which is the leading cause in corrupt world.
That's funny. I gotta go back and figure out what they were trying to say.
I wish the Og-bound armor from Blood Magic was still a thing, Satch.
Okay, add selected as dependencies. Add as dependency to selected. That. Okay. I think we're doing something here, guys. You. Then I right click this, that. Oh baby. We're doing something. And then from there, yeah, we're getting quest lines. We're doing quest lines. So far so good. Knocks on oak wooden planks. Oh my goodness. Okay. So then we control click that. It's kind of annoying and like tedious to have to go through each one of these. But the fact that I don't have to leave this page really to do it, I'll accept it. Okay, so then we do this, add as dependency there. go. Okay, so all of that part's done. So this is the only slightly complicated part of this entire questline thing, right? I will probably expand this and give it a little bit more space, most likely. But for now, meteorite compass to this. That's correct. So then, from the meteorite compass, actually, it's from the charger. I'm going to do that. Move this back to here. And then I need charged Certus quartz somewhere here in the middle. Item.
Mambushki says,
charged.
You should add a stream quotes in some of the rewards, lol.
You should add stream quotes. That would be really funny. That would actually be really funny. So then this one here is a dependency that. This one is a dependency. Oh, undo that one. This one, add. And then this is also going to be dependent on going to the nether and getting all of that, right? Or getting some of that. Kind of makes me want to put the IMI crafting terminal down here because you have to have other things for that. Never really liked blood magic. Didn't even find the utility in it compelling enough. Always preferred Botania as the magic mod, or even Thumbcraft. Thumbcraft was so cool. Don't even get me started on that. I can't tell you how many times I have so strongly considered going back to playing one of the really, really old Feed the Beast ones. And if you ever use the Draconic Evolution mod, not only have I, as soon as I'm done with this stream, I'm recording a video on it. I finished it up in one of my last streams. We also have a way to automate it, or some of it, through SFM. If you check out the things that could be helpful or resources that could help on Discord, that's there. Okay, so we are going to. Oh, I didn't mean to get out of that. Control click. This one, that's a dependency to this, and then is also a dependency on Certus dust, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. So unclick that. This one's getting clicked. That one's already there. Okay, so this add as dependency. Add as dependency. Add as dependency. TBH John, I'm so intimidated by a lot of stuff. I can't get past some of the stuff like automating. That's fine. JohnHall, did you see the Thumbcraft 7 trailer? Came out 1 or 2 months ago. I did see it. I was so excited for it. I think I commented on it. Like, I think it's one of the few things on Twitter or X or whatever I actually retweeted. Just saw this. What kind of mod pack will it be? Kitchen sink. That's going to have a very simple early game, but also is going to have a, not necessarily a more complicated, but a more in-depth in-game is what we're going for. But also like a kitchen sink pack that if you want to ignore the quest lines and do whatever you want, go for it. That's what we're going for here, Scarlet Knives. They made the thermal mods. Nice. That is dependency. Dependency. Okay, so that's going to be to make silicon. You don't have to do that. This one should be optional, I think. But I'm going to make them do it. We're going to make them do it. Okay, then... what if I did this? Instead of doing that, I clicked all 3 of these, and then I clicked this one. That is going the wrong direction. Still going the wrong direction. Looping dependencies. Okay, so then I need to do that. And then do that? Yeah, that's right. Okay. I was dumb. This one here, add as dependency. This one here. Unclick that. Add as dependency. Perfect! I'm feeling the power. Yeah, it's fun, dude. I love kitchen sink mod packs, but never finished any one of them. That's fair. Made my first SPS today. Finally have antimatter going. That's exciting. Hook, line, and kitchen sinker. That's funny. Will JDT and Laser IO be in the pack? Just Our Things is already in the pack, and I believe Laser IO is as well. Based off of some testing that
PT and I were doing the other day. Why is that also a dependency to there? Give me a second here. Go click that. This one, this one, this one. Up to here. There we go. That's much better. Definitely didn't mean to do that. Unselect those. Like this one, add as dependency. Okay. So that's most of it. So then I can go control click that. Right click, add as dependencies there. I feel like that's actually starting to come together. Playing Modpack for 4 hours now. Making the builder now. I need resources. Heck yeah. So it's going to be an old school pack that happens to have a guide. Yeah, that's what we're going for. There's Neoforge has lines innately. It must be nice. It is nice. This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah. So again, the goal that we're going for here is I want this pack to be super inviting to 2 types of people. Number one, the people who are just getting the mod packs. I want this to be the easiest mod pack to get into. Like the quest line is going to literally have every single bit of information in it that you could possibly have, right? What is the shape card you used, John? The clearing fortune one. That's the one it was. The second type of person is I also want it to be for like people who enjoy a more complicated in-game, like the people who consistently finish the All the Mods packs or the Feed the Bees packs, right? The ones that build the pyramid and get the stars. I want this to also have that kind of appeal where it's like a little bit more complicated, and there are in-game items that you can get by completing, you know, some of that stuff, right? So I want it for both, right? It's going to take a lot of work to get it there, but I think it'll be a lot of fun if we do. I may need this one to motivate myself to finish one for once. Hey, that would be awesome. That's the goal. Okay, so the only thing I don't know where it goes is this ME controller. I don't know really where it fits in. The only thing it really needs is this, but I think what I might do is undo that, and then we're going to move it out of the way so that I can move this to here, because I really...
Crossfire says,
yeah.
Don't fudge that we need to kill the Ender Dragon today.
We have to kill the Ender Dragon today? My bad, my bad. I won't forget. We're going to move these down to here. So that's your cable quest line. ME controller. I just want to move it. Edit. Nope. Still clicking the wrong thing. I want to move it to here. A little further out because I'm going to need to add another one here, which is a Skystone block instead of just Skystone. So that's Skystone. Now that's finding the structure. And Skystone block is by smelting it, and that's how you get the ME controller. So this one, control click, add as dependency, add as dependency. So that right there is going to be the basis for this entire quest line. This is what I'm thinking. Outside of that, this gets you your early game power, your early game storage. The only thing it doesn't do is resource generation, which I tend to do something on for the first day, right? The controller may need to be a central question. Well, so the controller is actually not even required for this. You could get by with an energy acceptor. I just always use it, and so I'm including it because I do, right? It's called John's first day. This is what John does on his first day. Did you change the recipe for cut paste gadget? I don't think so. That would be a PT question, but I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think we have yet. Does anybody see anything innately wrong or things that I should switch with this quest line? You technically don't even need an energy acceptor. What do you use for energy? How do you get energy into your ME system? What do you need? I don't think you can just plug power directly into the back of an ME drive, can you? Like you have to have something to switch it. Am I wrong on that? I might be wrong on that, right? A resonance generator generates a... Oh, that's true. You could just plug those in. You should put an optional quest to make a cut paste gadget to get a flawless crystal from a meteor.
No, PT, I think he's technically right. Like the resonance generator will make some power. I don't think it'll make enough to run much for long, but it'll make some. Oh, you can use a normal power cable. Yeah. I started with a resonance generator, a cell, and an ME drive. I mean, yeah, that seems fair. I bet that will work. You can put FE right into a controller block. Yeah, you can do that into the controller block. We're talking about omitting the need for the controller block for like an energy acceptor or something like that. Okay. Outside of that, I did like the suggestion for the cut paste gadget. That is a good suggestion. I think I'm going to include that possibly on like an AE2 guide that we throw over here on the side. Not necessarily on like, hey, this is day one kind of stuff. What I do think I'm going to do is split off from this and maybe move these a little further out so that I explain, hey, when you get the Certus quartz, you need to set it on the ground so that it'll start growing. So add an item for budding Certus. And then it could be like any of these really. We assume they're going to get at least one damage, right? We assume, I can't assume that. This is the part where I wish I like had a list. It's going to be one of the next 4 things. That's the one thing I haven't figured out how to do yet. So we're just going to add all. I don't really want to add all 4. We're going to cancel that. But theoretically, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have this one go up. It'll be dependent on that. And then this one will explain how to get more Certus quartz. Could do a section on farming Certus quartz with multiple methods like budding, accelerator, breaker, reaction chamber, M8. That's true. That would be really smart. Especially on a page specifically dedicated to A2. Not a lot, but before automation, it does work. That's awesome. Not necessarily copy paste gadget, but highlight the different strategies to grab those crystals. I agree. I think starting, I don't want to include it as it might add complication. Hold up. This one, right click there, to remove as dependency. Remove. Okay, that's still dependent. Control click is any, no, that one's still control. Okay, so then there we go. So now we unclick that, we click this, we add that, we add as dependency to the selected. Okay, this I think is a pretty fleshed out quest line. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Good way to get arcane essence so that I can make a B. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. I think as a draft number 1, I think that's a really, really good step in the right direction. I think for now, we're going to go back to game. We are going to save and quit. I'm going to go into the actual server. I looked through the mod list yesterday, just me, but I saw a lot of hostile mobs in there. I'm not interested. Oh no. Which one specifically? What time is it for me? It is 5 o'clock here. How do you stop dupe ores from generating in the world? Also, do we want to go fight the Ender Dragon? That's what I was coming for. Could do a section on farming Certus. Good way to get arcane essence. So arcane essence I usually get using something like what's it called? The thing from Mechanism that allows you to choose what you're mining. The digital miner, that's the words I was looking for. That's what I usually end up using for that. Ooh. And then nice. That's sick. They're just gonna farm Certus for that's awesome. Yeah, the digital miner, that's the one. Okay. I don't know if I mean, surely I'm strong enough we go fight it. I'm fine, right? Thing does like 26 attack damage. That one's pretty good too. What do you think, PT? We go take on the Ender Dragon? Because I've got another maybe 10, 15 minutes before my stomach is about to be mad at me for not eating food. So if you would like, yeah, let's do it. Okay, I'll follow you, dog. Thought I saw that you had already made it there. Yeah. Oh, it's called Daily Goodies now? I like it. Okay, so then... Okay, why does T not open up chat? I feel like T should open up chat. That's probably a keybind thing I should set, but... Okay, so he's just here, right? Isn't he? How much damage do we think that's going to do? How did I miss both those shots? There we go. That was embarrassing. You guys saw nothing. Whee! Got him. Got him. Ooh. Server leg hit hard. Okay, come on. Thank you. Like, I know I hit that one. Nothing. Easy. I may want to play through John's first day anyways. Hey, I hope it helps. Again, the whole goal of that specific quest line is just to make it easy, right? I want people who have never played modded Minecraft before to have the easiest first day that they could possibly have by just watching one quest line and following it. That's it. That's not doing nearly as much damage as I thought it would. Coming back. Maybe not. Yeah, circled. Let me smack. Why can't I literally? Okay, that's why I couldn't. PT, have we figured anything out about why those crashes are happening? Do we know if it's like chunk loading specific, if it's a specific block or something? Do we know anything about it yet? Because I can get you the rest of the files from them if that's needed. I stopped sending them because I didn't want to overdo it, right? Crash logs, but there are, I don't know, 5 or 6 more since then. Let me make sure. Overview. It's still an 8 gig server. Still just 8 gigs. I could. What is today? What was today? No, it was 15. Public support. Yesterday on Xbox, you get the area, you just have to restart the console, fix it itself, play on PC. All right, back serverless. Let's see if we can join. I'm hoping we can. Honestly, I haven't looked into it yet. Too much stuff to do. I'm willing to bet that's because there's not enough RAM. It might be. Gotta give credit where credit's due. It probably is that. First mod I played on it was ATM 10. This was 3 years of playing 30 vanilla Minecraft and rage quitting. 30 minutes of vanilla. That's funny. Okay, so we haven't done anything yet. Oh, the automation's not there anymore. Oh, no. It did roll back. PT, give us some spoilers for tomorrow's update. I'm also kind of curious what we're adding. Like what all it'll be. Also, if because I'm looking at making some of these quest lines, right? And it's going to take a while. The quest seems to be not complicated, but a little bit more in depth than I expected. If I were going to make quest lines for, let's say, at least 15 mods will be added. Ooh, very nice. If I was going to add quest lines for like 3 mods that are currently in the pack, what 3 would y'all want to see? I'm definitely going to do AE2 because I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp on that. But I don't know what else would be most useful to have, right? Create, yikes, that probably not going to be me making that one. I don't even know enough to do that, right? That would be wild. But I'm open to any other suggestions because I do want to have some more like mod specific ones, but I also really like, I don't know, we could do like a chapter 2 kind of quest where it's like, hey, here, or I could do just like general ones, like here's power, here's resource generation, that kind of thing, right? Oh, jeez. ET was flying in the air. I don't know if I got the HP currently to be able to tank a... I just missed all of those. An explosion from one of these, though. Ice and Fire 2, Mechanism and Apotheosis. Both those would be really good to do. I agree. All right. Magic, Irons, Ars, Occultism. Those are good. Those are very good options. I think I may have just hit PT on accident. My bad. But we should, theoretically now...
You should do Mystical Agriculture.
That would be good to have a quest line for. Imagine ice and fire dragons living in the overworld. Yeah, for real, that would be wild. There are some like RPG packs like that though that have those there. It's a little bit intense and makes for some freaky stuff, but you guys just gotta keep going away.
Mod suggestion must be on Discord.
Yeah, somebody go add both Mystical Attic and Productive Bees as suggestions to be added to the pack. I feel like I'm not doing any damage to this guy. Maybe I should use this Blaze Lava Pickaxe. I think it's the biggest damage thing I have. I gotta eat. I'm dying. You just play Medieval Craft, Max, I would get eaten at spawn. Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. There used to be some packs like that, right? Dude, he sent me to the next realm. Dude, what? What? Okay, we're back. Jeez. You should create a quest line called All the Things Not Nerfed. Oh, hold up. That actually is such a great idea. Hold up. I actually love that idea. I think that is a fantastic suggestion. And I think I will call it exactly that. And so then you just show up some OP automation stuff, right? He hit me good. Keep shooting arrows, fine. Give me a second. I'm coming back. Where'd he go? I hear him, but I don't see him. I know I'm jumping into it myself, but I'm trying to look for him. There he is. What a suggestion section, like what I've seen on a lot of Discord, that can stay on topic instead of just making a main chat. Better place to keep track of things. Oh, that's fair. So you're saying like make it like a forum kind of thing instead? That's not a bad idea. And I think I probably could switch it to a forum pretty simply. Oh, did we not break them all? I thought we broke them all. Uh-oh. Dude, the lag. There we go. PT Crossfire JohnHall, please make Forbidden Arcane's questline more easy to understand, included everything you need to know, especially hatches. That's fair. Because yeah, that one I don't know. The odd does Forbidden Arcanist like inherently have something for hatches? Is that a thing? I thought that was mostly just like via the ATM's like custom thing for the star, right? I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Okay. Dude, he sends me to the moon every time. It's custom to ATM. That's what I was thinking. I don't think I would do anything with those hatches. Like that is like something that they brought upon themselves. And I'm not a big fan of it either, to be very clear. I hated the first set of hatches they used. I hate even more the second set. Like, especially considering they went from, oh, hey, you're not going to have to do any MI anymore, to once again requiring MI. Like, I feel like that was like super backwards. So they, yeah, exactly. They made it that way. They brought it upon themselves. I don't have a ton of arrows left. All right. I felt like that one should have hit. That one definitely missed. That one was a miss. We're about to be out of arrows here. How did that not hit? Okay, also, why do I keep getting flung to Narnia? You don't really need MITBH. They just switched the mod to make the multi-block. Got it. Which mods? Apotheosis, Cataclysm, Garden for starter. Unpopular opinion. You know what? No, I think those are all pretty decent ones to get how-tos on. Tutorials, quests, right? Alright, come on down, Inner Dragon. I should be using something like this instead. There we go. Come on, hit him. Why can't I hit him? Why is it so frozen? Whatever you're using causing you to get launched because of less gravity. Got it, that makes sense. Those were the ones that I don't like in the pack. Got it, okay. I got you, that makes sense. I see now what you were saying. We got him down pretty low. I got hit pretty good there. So the Cataclysm bosses are a lot, for sure. No question about that. Undergarden's a lot. Apotheosis does add some harder mobs, but I feel like at least for the empathic enchanting slash the gem stuff, I feel like it's almost a must-have. At least for me. For the mods I like.
Mambushki says, Herobrine.
Herobrine, that would be so funny to add. Oh, I don't have enough health for this. Oh, come on back. Bring him back, bring him back, bring him back. Dude. This one Enderman won't leave me alone. Also, the ticks are so slow that I'm not healing. Love this scary mod that do almost nothing. That's funny. It's just like, oh, you inherently just have a chance of dying. Biomes are plenty of biomes that literally are just corrupted biomes. I didn't realize I was that low. You need the kill? I'll let you kill him. That's all you, dog. Can I not slash back? Oh, I can. Okay. Nope. This is what I want. Next. No, so I just right click on this. Break it? There it goes. Yeah, it's all you. How close is it? It's 6 HP. 4. If I could just... Good. What if I thought about it. I really thought about it. I really did. I wanted to. One of the suggestions considers RF tool storage is now updated for 1.21. Oh, that's good. Just Dire Things is a part of the pack. Yes. Just add to that tad eeriness the vast world. That's funny. Nice. Oh, so now you've got Pinnacle. Heck yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna slash home before I get eaten alive. Sweet. Arrow won't work while perch. Oh, that's true, while perch. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I was trying to just be edgy, but okay. I've still got the Ender Dragon thing at the top. I cannot need to carry it. There goes the Ender Dragon thing. It knows I'm here now. Jeez. Let me eat the carrot. Back of you. Ooh, and we got the dragon heart. Nice. Very cool. Heck yeah. Okay, so real quick, I want to make sure. General. Tentacle, very nice. Okay, so can I edit channel? Overview, slow mode, channel topic. Don't care about any of that. Permissions. Can I go type? I don't think I can change it after it's already been created. Can I? Does it allow threads? Threads. There are no threads, so you could create a thread theoretically, but I think ideally we would want one that's very similar to resources that could help. Okay, I will look at doing that for sure. That is one long carrot. Someone should add the cooking minigame from Monster Hunt World to Minecraft. That would be sick. I don't know what that is, but anything like that sounds sick. Okay, I'm gonna call it there. I need to go get food. I'm absolutely starving. I'm very excited with the quest stuff and how that's coming along. But like I said, I'm gonna work some more on editing that and getting that all polished up and looking nice. If I have it ready to go, what I'd like to do is throw that out in the next update, if that's okay with you, PT. Just get like at least some sort of basic first early game quest line set up. RF Tools Dimensions is being updated. Oh, I actually love that one. That one was sick. The amount of power it took to power some of those dimensions was wild, but it would be sick. But yeah, y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for hopping in and joining. And I'm going to try my darndest to get this server upgraded to more RAM so that we can have more RAM for it. And I've got a dragon egg. And y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all. Throw it back on the ground. It's sick, though. I'm glad we got it. That's awesome. Oh, I get to keep it? It's for me?